Hey everybody, I wanted to help you get ready for doing the reading and writing for our online class regarding Wollstonecraft, Tressie McMillan Cottom, and Quevenzhane Wallis. So this week we read Wollstonecraft's plea for equality for women. She used reason, she used evidence, she was an ideal Enlightenment philosopher. She had, we found, some contradictions about her sense that the reason women should be treated equally is so that they could be good wives and good mothers, that they were born to be. So we have a little of this innate or essentialist idea going on, even as she's talking about social construction. Today, for the work that you're doing for our online class, we're thinking about the power of the liberal 18th century idea of feminism as one of the equalities that people began to see at that time. So we're asking questions about feminism as one example of the kind of liberal equality movements that started at that time. But it gives us a chance to look at cases of inequality that might come from the practice of feminism. So Tressie McMillan Cottom, who's a sociologist at Virginia Commonwealth University, writes about the case of Oscar recipient, the young Quevenzhane Wallis. The event Cottom describes happened 2 years ago, and it involved what The Onion, the satirical magazine, thought was a joke, but was in fact crude language used towards this child, Miss Wallis. Cottom asks and answers, arraying evidence, the question, did white feminists neglect this case? You'll read all the details and you'll answer questions about your understanding of it. And there's a recognition that people can use humor and comedy, but perhaps people's tolerance for the use of comedy and humor will vary depending upon their standpoint, their worldview. The key in this lesson is recognizing that in recent years, we've developed what you can see in simple terms as an enhancement to the 18th century liberal theories. In the liberal ideology, we kind of said in the 18th century, man stands for all of man, but we're already noticing that they're leaving things out. So in response to this, we have this updated idea called intersectionality. One good definition of intersectionality is the interconnected nature of social organizations such as race, class, and gender as they apply to a given individual or group, regarded as creating overlapping and interdependent systems of discrimination and disadvantage. And we could say also systems of privilege and advantage, so that our identities are made of a complex of different statuses that lead us to the positions that we're in. The idea here in this with intersectionality is that it might never be sensible to say the rights of man or the rights of woman, because our categories, our lived experience incorporates more. Our social world requires of us that we incorporate more. And here's the kicker. The reason we need this is because, just as we saw with each of our Enlightenment philosophers, they use general categories sometimes that are about inclusion, but that engage in exclusion, such as Adam Smith referencing the African king in the particular context that he did, or Wollstonecraft's ideas of education that were yet still for middle-class white women. So that's a little bit to help you through the assignment that you're doing for today. Have fun with this reading and this writing, and I look forward to reading your posts.